All right, good morning all. I have been asked to do a brow tutorial, which I think is so funny because, last August I didn't even know that brows mattered. So we're gonna go ahead and give this a go. Brows are a new thing for me, but at the same time I've gotten lots of good feedback, like I'm doing a good job. So I'm happy to share it. If this everyday girl can figure it out, so can you. So here's the tools that I'm gonna need. I am going to use Unique's brow pencil. I'm going to brow liner, brow gel. I use dark in both of those. And I'm also going to bring out palette number 1, which is browns, neutrals, super easy to wear, beyond your brows, and our liner shader brush. Okay, so first thing you're going to do, step number 1 in getting brows that you want is to go to a threader or a waxer who knows what they're doing and have them help shape your brows from the get-go. So once you go once, you can maintain for a while. I probably go every, 2 months or so, maybe every 6 weeks, just depends on what my schedule allows. So our brow liner has 2 ends to it. It's got a twisty pencil end, and then it's got this spiral brush. And so the first thing I do is I take the brush and I take my, start making sure the hairs, which I have are very coarse, are pointing in the right direction. So, especially when you wake up, sometimes they're all crazy, and that's not what we want. So then, I'm going to go ahead and take my liner and draw a line up the bridge of my nose. Well, not up the side of my nose. So that's going to kind of give me my center point. I'm going to do that on both sides because you want them to match. And that's probably my biggest challenge with brows is getting them to match because the OCD kicks in. But then, because I like to have a bit of an arch, the rules are that you go from the tip of your nose through your pupil, looking straight ahead. That's where your arch is going to go, so the tip of your arch. And then as far as how far down, you can go from the tip of your nose to the corner of your eye, and that's how far down you want it to come. So it's not just, hey, I'm making it up every single day. And I'm going to have to look in the mirror over here because every time I've tried to do a brow tutorial, I screw it up. I'm looking in the camera and the screen's about this big. It just doesn't work out. So, sorry, no eye contact. I'm going to go ahead and go from, again, I had my brows shaped, so I know where that lower edge is. I know where it's going to be. And then I'm going to go up to that corner, if you will, where I'm drawing the shape of my brow. So same thing for up top. I'm going to kind of mimic that. They're not parallel, but it's a line that your brow shaper has helped you establish. And when you get the brow products in the right color, you really have a lot of leverage as far as getting to shape it, because after I get the pencil in, I'm going to use a spoolie in, and it's going to feather that line. So I don't worry too much about it being filling in every single spot. So I'll just kind of go in the general direction of the hairs and fill that in. And then same, if I miss, guess what? Just wipe it off. Bring it down to where I know that corner of my eye is. So now I've done that, and here's that spoolie in. I'm just softening the lines that I've put in there. And then I can go back and fix it too. I mean, really, I do use my finger as an eraser. Then I come in and fill. So here's my liner shader brush. The shader is the fluffy end, the liner edge, you can see is angled. Some people will do this wet. If you want a more precise line, then you can go ahead and wet the brush. And then I use the color chipper, which is just a matte brown. I tried filling in with a darker, our palettes have all different neutrals or different colors in it. I tried filling in with a darker color, and then I felt like it was too heavy for me. It was too Groucho Marx. So go for the look that works for you. For me, it's a lighter brown. Now, obviously, if you're blonde, you're probably going to use even a lighter color. You've got elated, and then, and maybe you don't fill at all. I don't know. I could ask some blonde friends and find out if you want. But, so all I'm going to do is use that liner shader brush, and I get a very precise edge with it, I think dry. And I don't need it to look like it was Sharpied on. I mean, kind of like I like my natural looking false lash look, I like a softer edge to my brows. So again, I'm just filling in all those spaces. Again, when I used that eyeliner or the brow liner, I didn't worry too much about filling it in totally full, and that's because I knew I was going to come in with some other products. Okay. So again, makeup artists everywhere are cringing. If something's imperfect, I just kind of come back in with my finger before anything sets and give it a little wipe down. So our brow gel, what's interesting about that is that it's got fibers in it. And you know, my brows tend to be pretty thick, but they do thin a little bit here. So what I'll do, and it's the cutest little brush, it's tiny, but what I'll do is I'll go ahead and back comb in the areas that I would like to see it have a fuller look, a more natural looking look. I don't want it to look like it's penciled in. And then I'll also use the gel to help shape my brows. Like, again, because my hair is coarse, they'll want to point whatever direction they want. And so this is like the hairspray for my brows. I keep them pointing in the direction I want. So this brow gel is doing two things for me. It's helping to make sure that my brows I have are cooperating, and it's also helping to fill in, like, make things not look drawn on when I don't have hair there. So that's it. So I'm gonna do the other eye, obviously, but you can see how quick and easy it is. It took me a while to figure out what I wanted, but it all started with the threader or waxer, who is awesome, and kind of got things started in the right direction. And you know, good one, I ended up using a brow threader because she gave me a lesson. She said, okay, here's where you want things to line up. The gal I was using for waxing, she did a great job. I had no idea what the principles behind it were. So I'm a knowledge is power kind of girl, and it really made a difference when I said, oh, okay, that's what I'm gonna do. So then that makes it, I'm better at maintaining my brows as well, which elongates how often I have to go. All right, that's all I have. Happy brow making. Anyways, I think it's a great finish to the look, and it's one of the most important steps to my every morning process. All right, thanks.